We're back with some more WWE predictions. Already, after a hugely long wait between the last pay-per-views, the Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania, now we've got one like almost immediately. It feels like it hasn't been enough time to have another pay-per-view already, or a premium live event, as we're calling them now. But we're having Backlash in St. Louis. So, as we all could have predicted, coming up, we have Randy Orton challenging for a world championship again. I think that's kind of one of the bigger matches on the card.
Yep.
Possibly the last time ever of Cena versus Randy Orton. And yeah, it just feels like that deserved maybe a little bit more build and a little bit more like talk about it. I don't even know if they've actually brought it up on commentary or anything like, oh,
Yeah.
or too much anyway. This is the last time we ever get this match, so it makes me wonder if we're going to get it again.
I think we would have to. We would have to, unless it makes it very obvious we have not seen the SmackDown before Backlash. And I think John Cena is set to appear there. So we will see if something is set up there, but I'm thinking they gotta meet again after this. You can't just do a one-off. Well, maybe they do. Maybe they
It's got
do.
to be like when Edge returned. You got to have like three, four matches. And John Cena's last year, you just got to have him feud with Randy Orton. That's everyone wanted.
Exactly. But yeah, we have five matches on the card, and we'll throw in a little extra prediction in there that you'll see when we get there. But starting it off with I think four of the five matches are title matches. So we are starting off with the Intercontinental Champion, Dirty Dominik Mysterio, defending against Penta, who we just beat on Raw like a couple episodes ago. Sure, maybe with some shenanigans, some Judgment Day, JD McDonough returning, these kind of things. But he beat him. He pinned Penta. One, two, three. I don't know why they're making him defend this again. It really feels like things are rigged. They're trying to screw over Dirty Dom here. Clean Dom, I think we should start calling him. He ain't dirty in the least. And his range is starting. I don't think they're going to stop him here. I think Dirty Dominic is going to retain. I guess he's going to win the match too. That's one of the things that's always tricky. Like you may know someone's going to retain, but who's actually going to win the match? But I'm going to take Dirty Dominic to win.
Yeah, especially with the potential of Judgment Day interference. So weird because it's like I just feel like they've been for a long time, but I feel like there's been a couple of these groups and stuff that have been a long time running. Like, oh, they're gonna turn, 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 and then it's about 10 months later, and they still haven't turned, and they've just been hinting at it. You got the slow burn Triple H cooking era of wrestling, so yeah, I kind of feel the same, but at the same time, I'm kind of like. You're really just gonna have Penta lose back to back against Dom? But I mean, maybe there'd be some interference. The only thing I can think of is maybe the Judgment Day messes over, or at least Finn or JD mess over Dominic and make him lose. But yeah, that feels too soon.
Yeah.
Uh, but maybe because you could turn him into. It's kind of turned into a little bit of a babyface. You could turn him full babyface if he could go back and win it again. But I guess if
Yeah.
it's on Penta, that doesn't really make sense. So, but maybe Penta, maybe Finn and JD team with Penta.
Yeah.
It's a double turn.
That's true. That's true. Oh, you're getting me wanting to maybe pick Penta here because I'm like Finn's got to screw down at some point. But
I think I'll pick different here. I think we might have some of the other ones the same. So
okay.
this will be one I will pick different. I'm gonna pick Penta to win.
Okay.
Uh,
It's
we'll
not the
see if
worst.
that means whether or not the championship changes hands. I don't have to pick
Yeah,
that. I'm picking the winner, Pepper.
that's true. That's true. That's one of the better ones to maybe go with a not as safe pick, I think. So then we go on to the other Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria defending against Becky Lynch. Who you got here?
Ooh, it's kind of tough here because I'm really kind of thinking maybe back-to-back title changes here because I don't know why else you'd put Becky into this, but I suppose this could also have a Bailey return interference. So I mean, they're just I'll go with Lyra. Oh, but does she just retain via DQ? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. You can't just have the same finish. Although at WrestleMania they did have same finishes and a couple matches, two matches apart. Uh, this one, this is tougher than I would have originally thought. Ew.
Hmm.
Does Becky win this? Does Becky win this match? I think Lyra wins.
I'm going with Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch. I think we're getting a trilogy of this. I think Becky might. She's going to take it off of her at some point. I don't think she's going to. I do see Beck being a longer reigning champ at some point, but I don't think she's just going to take it off of her and be done with it. And I feel like Lyra does have to get a win over her at some point, so I could see them trading the belt. And it's a big moment. People like Becky, you give her the belt, get her closer to Grand Slamming. I think this is story-wise, it makes a little more sense to pull the trigger at this point for this one than the Dominik Mysterio loss.
Oh boy, we will see.
I'm going back,
Because
so
I feel like it is going to be one and the other. It really does feel like it's got to be because if you do both, then it kind of I don't know.
yeah.
Doesn't feel like both work.
It's gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting. Are we gonna match on any of these?
No, maybe not.
Maybe not. And this one, very little odds that we match on the next one because it's a fatal four-way. So many equal chances for all four of these men. Fatu, United States champion, defending against Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and LA Knight. Yeah. Damian Priest lost to Drew McIntyre. Why is he even allowed in this match? LA Knight lost to Fatu. Why is he in this match? Those two are kind of feuding a little bit. You don't get allowed in here. Go do your feud. Um, but I'm sure they'll cause maybe a certain someone that I might want to win, and Drew McIntyre cause him to not win this match because I really think the world of Drew McIntyre and think he deserves every single championship out there. But Jacob Fatu just got that title, and similar to Dominik Mysterio, I think he could have a pal that could cost him the championship in Solo Sikoa, or could maybe just directly take it off of him. But I don't know if they do it this soon. And I feel like winning a multi-man match where they're like, oh, no champion's advantage. They don't even have to be pinned. When they win those types of matches, it just makes it solidify them even more as champion. Like you think of Roman Reigns, smash him, stack him, pin him at WrestleMania. It's just a lot more dominant. So I think Jacob Fatu retains and wins this fatal four-way.
Yeah, I've got almost your exact thought process with this one, and I am going with Jacob Fatu as well. But would love if Drew did win. But it just really feels like he's going to get looped into maybe a longer feud with Damian Priest here and possibly even LA Knight, unfortunately. Uh, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe this, maybe at the end he lays him out after they mess him over. But yeah, I think Jacob Fatu is winning this one. There's just too much other stuff going on, and it's not just a one-on-one.
Yeah, yeah. And not for a point, not this isn't the extra prediction, but who's gonna get pinned in this? That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, you can't pin Drew because he just, even though he has been taking a lot of pins this last year, he did just beat Damian. But then I also don't know if they want to just keep pinning Damian and keep beating him. And kind of the same thing for LA Knight. I don't know if they want to turn him into a professional loser type of character. I mean, it would just be two in a row for either one of them, but I don't know who takes the pin here.
I think Drew is going to take the pin, unfortunately.
I would think the
I think he's going to potentially take the other two goons out, and he's going to
oh
turn
yeah.
around and get taken out by Fatu. That's
Okay.
how I see it happening.
Okay. I was thinking maybe
So
just
he's not going to see it coming, kind of thing. I mean, he
okay.
gets rolled up at every chance he's got. He
That's
usually
true.
gets rolled
That's
up.
true. Maybe they
So
can just all be fighting. Usually, when they kind of roll up and then they roll up the person, it kind of goes back and forth between two people. It'll be like that, except it'll be three other people trying to roll up Drew McIntyre, and that's the
exactly.
finish. Yeah. But in agreement that Fatu will succeed. And then onto our only non-title match. But it feels like it's maybe the most important match in this whole year of wrestling. Okay, maybe not that, but it feels like there's a little bit at stake here. I'm pretty invested in this match. Gunther versus commentator Pat McAfee, who has had a few banger matches in his past, and somehow has probably got maybe the best build, even better than Randy Orton and John Cena. Uh, somehow.
It's crazy that yeah, this has probably one of the best builds, and yeah, it's something I I don't know that we necessarily wanted to see it per se, but something we've wanted to see from Gunther for a while. Kind of just taking out people that should be kind of levels below him. Like
Yep,
I would say Pat is, if he's going after the commentary team, I would say those people should be easy targets for Gunther for what he represents. Just like I would have said Jey Uso should have been an easy target for him, but they didn't want to do that story. Uh, so yeah, I'm very excited about this match. But I am also just a tad bit worried. I'm just a tad bit worried that Gunther might lose this match.
you think Gunther might lose it?
I
Maybe.
actually don't know what would be the better outcome because, yeah, if Gunther just dominates and wins, I think that's maybe a good sign that that's of things to come. But if he loses, that might make him become even more unhinged,
That's true.
and he
That's
could be even
true.
more of a monster.
That's true. And I don't know. I don't know Pat's schedule and how long
Mm.
he kind of goes back and forth. Usually by the time it's like WrestleMania season, he'll be on commentary. And if he does kind of want to go back and just do more sports, not sports entertainment, but just football, different things like that. If that's what he's planning, then I feel like Gunther wins this and beats him up and he takes a little break. But yeah, like you said, I would like to see. I mean, I don't want Gunther to be looking like a goofball, but to see an even more next level angry Gunther could be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Gunther to win it.
So you don't think Michael Cole is going to interfere with them in the match and cost
He
Gunther?
might throw in the towel, possibly.
That was one of the things I was thinking.
And
But
somehow that's allowed and counted by the referee, even though he isn't in his corner technically.
I don't know, for some reason when I was thinking of Michael, that's exactly what I was thinking to him. Like, oh, all I can think of if Michael gets involved is, oh, he's throwing in the towel for him.
No.
Stop! Don't hurt my friend.
Uh,
Do you think Michael Cole will go into the ring?
I think so. At some point, before, after, during something, Michael
Yeah,
Cole,
not necessarily for sure during the match, but at some
he's
point.
gonna do a 360 off the top rope. That's what Michael Cole's doing. No, I
He's going
think
to be
he
holding Gunther down on the announce table while Pat goes through it.
exactly for sure hold him down. No,
After Michael throws a few punches, lands a few punches on him.
I'd like that. I'd like to see Michael get something.
It is interesting that they've yeah didn't just make it like a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Why would they
You
do
could
that? Why
you
would
could
they?
just
Can't get Michael in there. I
well no,
mean,
but Michael could have like been like, "Oh, Pat, I can't let you do this alone.
that's true.
You saved me." And obviously then Pat, knowing deep down that even though Michael Cole's the man with the undefeated streak at WrestleMania, he knows that Michael's a little older. He can't let him in the ring, so even when he's trying to reach out for the tag, Pat's like, "No, I can't tag you in. I can't put you in here."
Oh, the hot tag. It would be amazing if they got it. Oh, the crowd would go wild. The crowd would go wild. No.
But
So
I will also pick Gunther.
oh, he's picking Gunther.
I think that's the safest pick.
Yeah,
But I don't think I would be that shocked if Pat did win, and then you get like a huge beatdown angle afterwards
that's true. That's
of
true.
Pat, not of Gunther.
Not him and
Pat and
Michael beat.
Michael beat up Gunther, getting him back for what he's done.
Shield bombing him through the table. Uh, and then our extra prediction. You brought it up, and I'm like, yeah, that's the because I was asking you, are there any extra predictions we could do here? And you brought up the perfect one. Does spoiler alert, if you don't want to hear any rumors of someone getting involved in this storyline, there have been rumors and talks of Goldberg getting involved with this storyline. He teased it a little bit kind of last year, having a face down with Gunther. People thought, is this going to lead to WrestleMania or something like that for the title? People were nervous about that. Now that the title's not involved, people are a little more open to the idea of Gunther versus Goldberg. Goldberg has like 2 matches left on his contract, and they say it's going to be this year. Does he get involved in this match or a
I think
post match?
if he's going to do those matches at any time, I would have to think that he gets involved here. So
Mhm.
I think he's already well, the last few times we've seen him. I don't think he's been necessarily ready, maybe, to
Yeah.
be in the ring. He is older, so it's not like I'm thinking, oh, he should be in great, amazing shape. But yeah, just the longer you wait, I think it's just going to be harder and harder. Uh, but at the same time, I don't know that I love the idea of him versus Gunther. I don't know that it works.
Yeah, I mean yeah, I don't
It
know
makes me just worried because then it's like, oh God, do you get the Undertaker versus Goldberg match?
yeah. At least you got
You almost
Gunther
have,
in there, and he's
at
like
least you have Gunther.
one of the best in the world, so I hope they're able to do it well. I also do think that uh, Gunther, Gold. I'm gonna mix them up. Two G names. I'm gonna mix them up. I do think Goldberg is going to be seen here as well. Ooh, and then the main event, Us. No Uso. He's not even on the card at this moment, and probably
Wow, does
won't
he
be.
even defend the championship? What did he take after Roman Reigns?
Pretty
At
much.
least Roman Reigns shows up to pay-per-views
I mean,
sometimes.
that's true.
He ain't on this card either.
John Cena showing up more than Jey Uso.
Jeez.
You got John Cena, champion, versus his old pal, enemy, pal, enemy,
And no, we're not
Randy
back in the
Orton.
two early 2000s or
Nope.
mid 2000s, whatever. I don't know
Yeah,
when they were feuding.
yeah, we grew up on this rivalry, at least a chunk of it, I remember.
Yeah.
Those two, Edge, Triple H, kind of those four there, just being those main faces, heels, a little bit of Shawn Michaels in there. Getting to see this again, I guess, what's your thought on it? I'm excited. I like these two together, even if maybe it's not going to be the most exciting in-ring match. I think I'm going to be into it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be into it as well. Especially if it is the last time ever, I'm hoping it is a good match. I know I've seen people joke that uh, there's a match that they had back in the day where Randy Orton intentionally got himself disqualified by like getting down and slapping the ref or something, like
Yeah,
just immediately.
yeah.
And they're saying, "Oh, John Cena's gonna do that same thing," and I was just like, I feel like whatever this character is that John Cena is trying to be for this heel character ruining wrestling, I don't know. Baba Jamba, I think he's just making it up as he's going. I don't think there is any story, but he claims there is. And yeah, I don't think he would give the fans what they want because I think that would be exactly kind of what they want. They would be like, "Oh, we knew that's what it was going to be," and then they'd just be giving them exactly what they thought they wanted. But what he knows they want is a slow 45-minute match between Cena and Orton. Rest holds. He does, and then he won't even let Randy hit his RKO. Really deny the fans.
Oh man. Oh man. I think he might slap her. Was that a pay-per-view match? Was that like the main event of anything?
I don't know.
I don't remember that match,
I
but
don't know.
I've
Yeah, I don't
seen
remember
people
that
talk
either,
about it.
but yeah,
That
I don't know
seems
what that was from.
Seems fitting for, I mean, somewhat fitting. It could be something this heel scene would do, but I don't know if I would want it. I would want a match.
No,
But it would be cool. It would be cool, but that's probably why they won't do it. They'll have Travis Scott involved, and he'll have an even longer entrance
The
than
Rock
he
will show
did.
up.
Yeah, Rock shows up here, but not WrestleMania. Oh,
It's more meaningful here.
yes, much, much more. I don't know. I'm like, you just take it. Who should win? Randy Orton should win just based on probably who's more powerful and better in ring at this point. Um, People, I hear some people, Santi Sav's talking. He's like, I don't think John Cena is necessarily just obviously going to win. I think he can drop the title. No, he ain't going to drop the title. He ain't going to drop the title at his first defense. There's no way. But
But would it be the most interesting if if he is going to drop it early? Is it the most interesting to drop it to the one person that's active that's probably the closest to having any chance of catching him?
that's true. If he is going to drop it and like maybe go for it again or something like that, this probably is the best time to do it. But I guess I don't know what that does to the character of John Cena. How does he react to that? He might just get a little more aggressive, which could be cool to see. Um,
Yeah.
so
But I
I
mean, like, then you could finally give the final boss a reason to have been in this storyline as he loses it, and then somehow, some way, he immediately gets his rematch. He keeps getting rematches on
That's true.
Raws and SmackDowns, basically until he wins it back. I
That's
don't know,
true. That's true. I could see that. So
but they won't do it. They won't do that.
it is St. Louis. Hometown heroes always win. Um, but yeah, with the DQ option in there, it's like
Yeah,
again, like who actually wins the match? I'll go with John Cena. I'll take John Cena. I think he's retaining. I don't know if he's
yeah,
gonna win the match, but I'll go with him.
yeah. I'm going John Cena as well. I don't know that because yeah, as I think about it, that option of him losing it and gaining it back and losing it, gaining it back, I'm just like, I just it's not. There's something just not as clean about that. It just
Yeah,
seems a little strange. Uh, but you never know. You never know. I just don't know where his character goes from there if he
yeah,
doesn't have the belt, because that's kind of what he was saying was his kind of remaining goal,
yeah. Just
just kind
hold it
of
and
retaining that for the rest. So, and
yeah,
there's still quite a bit of year left to go, over half a year left to go.
yeah,
So it would be very strange to lose
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I agree. But yeah, overall, that's five matches. I think it's a pretty good card for
Yeah.
having only five matches. You have this kind of pretty big match, even if they haven't built it that much. It just has so much already built in history there. You have the Pat Gunther is a weird little match you didn't know you wanted, but got you hooked, and then you have a few title matches which could be predictable, but also you saw we differed on those first two Intercontinental matches. So I think this could be a sneaky good pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to this quite a bit.
Could it be better than WrestleMania?
It could maybe be better than an individual night of WrestleMania, possibly.
Uh,
Which one? That is up for you to go watch our reviews of WrestleMania and see. Um, But yeah, thank you for watching. Leave your predictions in the comments below and go check out all our other wrestling content. We have so much. We'll have the playlist linked in the description. But otherwise, don't forget to keep on nibbling on that WWE Backlash St. Louis popcorn.